Today we're diving into the booming world of online businesses. New research from IBIS World has revealed a surge in online businesses in Australia, fueled by the pandemic and driven by shifting consumer behaviours. Revenue from online businesses has jumped over 18% to $56 billion in 2023, and some 93,000 Aussies are now employed by businesses that only exist online. Joining me to unpack the findings is serial entrepreneur Alec Ramsey, founder of Florally, Air and Idea Crunch. Alec, great to have you on board. What's driving this surge in online businesses, do you think?
I think that the obvious answer, which is not the most interesting one, is an increase in demand from consumers. But I think what's really driving the increase in the number of businesses that are online is the availability of tools. To be perfectly honest, you've got platforms like Shopify that allow people to start businesses easily. You know, big firms like Google and Meta have whole new smart campaign tools that allow people to run advertising campaigns without all of the technical difficulty that used to exist. And now you've got AI that allows you to create content at a scale we've never been able to do before. So, yeah.
It is amazing, those tools, isn't it? So what sort of opportunities does it open up?
I think really the biggest difference for an entrepreneur wanting to start a company is that it allows you to get involved in every facet of your business because each individual action takes less time. So if you're creating content before, setting up a photo shoot would take, weeks of planning. Now you can sit there and you can do all the photos you need for a website on your own, and it will take hours. And the ability to get involved in all of these different facets of your business mean you understand a lot more about what's going on. And so when you hire people and scale, you know exactly how to do it.
And the wonderful thing about this, I reckon, is it's being driven by consumers. So how should you react to that customer behaviour?
You've got this whole generation of Gen Zs that have now started making more money, and so a lot of the consumer behaviours align with those changes in demographics as well. They have different expectations in delivery, and there's great ways that you can really take advantage of that. For example, it's really easy to think of delivery costs to an e-commerce business as being a detriment, but they're actually one of the best things because imagine you're in a shopping mall and you're walking around. It's really easy to go to one store and buy a shirt, one other store buy a pair of pants, somewhere else buy a pair of shoes. Because there are delivery costs online, it means you can't as easily jump from one business to another because you'll incur these constant costs. And so what it means is that consumers focus way more on buying from one store. And so if you can crack that nut on delivery and on trust, then you can get a much higher average order value because they're less likely to shop around.
Oh, that's interesting. IBIS also emphasised competitive pricing, product range, and site reputation as really big drivers of success here. So how do you differentiate yourself from everybody else who's online?
Yeah, look, I think the one word that kind of summarises everything you said is trust. You really need to be able to build trust everywhere through the customer experience. So you want to try and find ways to scalably meet customers on places like social media, and then once they've reached your site, to deliver all of those trust signals that allow them to buy. So like to give you an example for our perfume company, Air, we make luxury perfumes that are inspired by famous fragrances. And these fragrances that we're replicating, normally would be $200, $300, $400. And we sell them for $30 to $50. And at face value, if you're a consumer, you hear that and you'd think, well, this can't be as good, right?
Yeah, it's too good to be true.
Exactly. But to be able to address that trust concern, we knew from the outset our fragrances had to be made in France, in Grasse, in the same place that all luxury fragrances are made, because that's a trust signal. We knew that getting media mentions on a website was the most important thing we could do, so we contacted a PR firm straight away when we launched. We knew that all of these things mattered. We offer guaranteed returns, no questions asked, free shipping over 3 items, and so all of these things come together to make a kind of flywheel so that consumers get there and they go, oh, well, this is basically a risk-free purchase, why not try it?
Wow, that is such good advice. Where's the future going?
I think it's going to change a lot. People obviously buy more and more online. The delivery experience will matter. I think for business owners, there is no single piece of advice I could give that would be applicable in a year or two from now because the circumstances change. You need to be able to constantly keep up with times. And that means just being interested in AI, what it can do, being interested in all the changes in platforms. And as long as you're on top of that, then you can stay ahead of things and be successful.
Alec, I reckon that's the most powerful bit of advice. You've got to be interested. Great to catch up again.
Yeah.
All the very best. Good to see you.